The Gabby Petito story is probably one of those that has really lingered for a long time. It's been a couple years since her murder, and since that the story that gripped the headlines and really spawned off a lot of conversation about domestic violence, but also really spawned off a lot of conversation about missing girls, missing women, missing people in general that have been ignored. Gabby was just a young girl who wanted to start a blog. She wanted to live her van life. And I'm not going to dive in to the story. The current documentary on Netflix is actually a really good one. It shows you real footage. It shows you the letters. It really dives into the lives of Gabby, and then unfortunately her meeting her boyfriend who ultimately killed her. This is a horrible, horrible story because there's so many things that went wrong. And I remember when this happened, and I remember following it like I was my own detective, and I was my own news reporter, and I was all over social media and doing podcasts and everything about this because it really just hit me. It really hit me because of how young she was and how many people go missing and we never find them again. And ultimately, we have no idea what happened to them. Unfortunately, they found Gabby, and unfortunately, our fears were true. But I think what really bothers me the most, even after watching this on Netflix, is the parents. Not Gabby's parents, but her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie's parents, who hid him. Who not only hid him, but obstructed justice, who got in the way of the investigation, were uncooperative, and ultimately knew exactly what their son did. And there were phone calls. This is the scary thing. This isn't speculation. There were phone calls from Brian when he was with Gabby, and then right after that, phone calls to a lawyer who they spent $25,000 on to hire a lawyer before the son even returned from the camping trip, before they even knew what was going on. These were the parents. Now, I'm a father, and you protect your son. But would you sit there and get in the way of investigation of a murder? They knew. They knew that he did it. They hid him in the house. They let him escape. They also knew he was going to kill himself. Guys, I'm not making this up. If you know nothing about this, if you haven't seen this, you need to watch it. It is a devastating, devastating documentary and horrible story. And ironically enough, those parents have not been charged today. Yes, there was a civil lawsuit and they settled out of court, but they have not been charged. But there's so much evidence that points that they knew what was going on.